back again covering the Strait. New reports are in. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to. The blockade is back on. This just was a big deal a couple weeks ago. Back to be a big deal today. What I mean? We covering it. We on top of it. So let's see what they talking about.
U.S. strikes on Iran. We are just minutes, less than an hour away now from the restart of the United States blockade. You can see where the initial U.S. blockade line is on the map that you are looking at. So this is reforming as we speak. The purpose is to block the entrance of the Strait of Hormuz in order to block all in and out traffic from Iran, allowing all other traffic to pass through. President Trump says that the United States will be, quote, the guardian of the Strait of Hormuz. Correspondent Lucas Tomlinson reporting live from Tel Aviv tonight. Hi, Lucas.
Good afternoon, Martha. On President Trump's orders, U.S. jets have been launched tonight to strike Iran for the 6th time in the past week. Earlier, President Trump met with Iraq's new prime minister. He's only been in the job about 2 months, and like President Trump, has a background in construction and media.
What we do have is the oil companies are all going in now, and they're doing partnerships with Iraq, and they're getting along very well. The relationship is a whole big relationship where we don't need the military.
Man, that's good, though. Good relationships, no military, get business done. Let's figure out these oil prices, figure out these gas prices, man, and cripple them. Cripple Iran, and do what we got to do to make this situation better for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't have one country just have a stronghold on the world's economy. It just can't happen.
Iraq's prime minister said all 2,500 U.S. troops in Iraq will leave by late September. Last night at sea, strike aircraft launched from the George H.W. Bush and the Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln has now been at sea, Martha, for over 200 days without a port call. F-35Bs also launched from the amphibious assault ship Boxer nearby. Tomahawk cruise missiles also fired from destroyers in the strike groups. Despite the American bombardment over the past week, Iran has been launching attacks of its own against neighboring Gulf states, including Kuwait and Bahrain earlier today, where U.S. troops are housed. This is the aftermath of an Emirati tanker hit by an Iranian cruise missile last night, killing 1 crew member and wounding 8 others. Other tankers were hit as well, and tanker.
This is what I'm gonna say. Right now, this is tragic, but it's casualties, because every time they launch something, America pinpoints where they launch from, because at some point, America sometimes doesn't have the location of the launchers, but soon as they launch, we get the location, fly in there, blow it up. So the more that they attack innocent tankers, the more we're going to shut the missile launchers down. So it's kind of a bum strategy, but it's some type of strategy, and it needs to go on. Like, they're just causing havoc, hoping that, the people will tell Donald Trump to stop, and then they could just go about their business trying to destroy the world. Real talk.
Traffic has slowed in the Strait of Hormuz. There have not been any attacks by Iran against Israel since early June. The last attack by Hezbollah into northern Israel was roughly 2 weeks ago. That said, Martha, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued this warning to Iran earlier today.
Do not count on it being quiet if you attack us. Do not count on a rerun. This will be a different event. Much more powerful.
So the U.S. naval blockade begins in less than an hour, Martha. Once it's fully enforced, it will block Iran from over $400 million a day. And once again, U.S. Navy and Air Force jets are bombing Iran again tonight. Martha?
6 rounds, as you say, Lucas, over the past week. It's a lot of kinetic action, and we'll see where it goes. Lucas Tomlinson, thank you very much. All right, we were just discussing the escalation in the Strait of Hormuz, and now we just got this from CENTCOM just moments ago. U.S. Central Command forces began launching an additional round. This is night 4 of strikes against Iran to continue degrading Iranian capabilities used to attack commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. As General Jack Keane spoke to us about just a short time ago, this is a targeted operation to degrade their ability to impact shipping within the strait. We've seen them strike ships. We saw one person.
That's what I'm talking about, yo. You gotta do more, man. You can't give them an inch. You can't give them an inch. And they set it off, and they don't understand that you set it off. Now you give away your position. Once they give away their position, a jet is gonna come through there and blow the launchers up. And they probably have more launchers, but once they started, they can't stop. So now it's like every time you launch something, you better hit something, because once you launch it, it's over for that. It's over. It's over. The jet coming, blowing up your launcher, and then you have to go get another launcher. That launcher stop, a jet coming, blowing up that launcher. That's basically what's going on. Literally, that's basically what's going on. But now, we didn't know where the new leadership was, but now we know what the new leadership is. So hopefully, hopefully Trump bomb them, get them out of here. Whoever is causing ripples and whoever's like making sure this prolongs, you got to get them out of there. And always remember, 80% of the population of Iran doesn't want the people that's in power. They don't want them in power. It's necessary.
Killed yesterday, 8 injured against a commercial vessel that was in the strait by Iran. So that is what the effort is underway here. Day 4 from CENTCOM. A lot going on with the United States and Iran. President Trump reversing his plan a bit on the idea of a 20% toll on ships transiting the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for providing, quote, safety and security. He says he wants to be the guardian of free transit in the strait. And here he is explaining where he is today on that issue. Watch.
I was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs, and they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars. We would like to invest tremendously in the United States as opposed to charging a fee. And I like that, actually, because I don't think anybody should be able to charge a fee for the strait.
Okay, with that, we bring in Brit Hume, Fox News chief political analyst. Brit, it's great to have you with us, as always. And I do want to get your thoughts on what the president said there. But first, I would like to ask you a little bit about Senator Lindsey Graham and what we just witnessed, the swearing in of Darlene Graham, his sister. And one of the issues that she's going to be dealing with is this Russia sanctions bill. And here's President Trump on that. And then want to get your thoughts on the swearing in after we hear this.
Well, I know that Lindsey wanted it very badly. I think they may be adding Iran to it. They're going to add Iran, which is a very big thing if they did that. They may add Hezbollah, too. Just put them if you do business with Hezbollah. So we're looking at that. But
put sanctions on all of them, yo. We not playing. The Democrat Party don't want to do nothing. They talking about where he's a dictator, but they want the dictators of the world to run rampant and do whatever they want. Like, nah, put sanctions on them. Don't do no business with them. Don't do no oil with them. Stop their money. Like, cripple it all. Cripple it all. Period.
They're seriously thinking, and this is in honor of Lindsey. This was his thing. He wanted this more than any other thing.
Thoughts on all that, Brett?
Well, I think there's some momentum behind the bill, and that Lindsey Graham's death may well have added to that. The bill has some bipartisan support. And you could see that in the group of senators that was arrayed in the event they had to honor Lindsey Graham. Senators of both parties there gathered. So that's a sign for it. I think you have to be careful with a bill like this, that you don't load it up with so much extra stuff that you build opposition to it, which happens sometimes. Sometimes you add things and it helps, and sometimes you add things and it doesn't. So, but it's something to keep an eye on, and it may well, certainly it adds momentum in the Republican caucus in the Senate, and one imagines perhaps on the Democratic side as well.
Yeah.
Man, the Republican Party need to do something. It seemed like y'all just sitting it out. Y'all just sitting it out because we always remember the Republican Party want Donald Trump to fail. They want him to fail too. They want him to fall on his face. It don't work. So don't act like anybody that votes conservative is just for the Republicans. Like, the Republicans are soft. They not doing that. And it's like they could do so much because the Democratic Party is in this major civil war with all the socialist candidates that are being voted in, knocking them out. So it's like, yo, I'm sorry, this is the time where you kick somebody when they're down. Y'all need to be out here talking about what's going on, campaigning about what's going on, but y'all really don't want it because the Republican Party always been in cahoots with the Democratic Party. It's always been a what's the word I'm looking for? A unison. It's kind of always been one party. You understand what I'm saying? That's why nothing ever really got done until Trump came. Everybody be like, oh, we don't like the Republican, you're a Republican. Listen, I like Trump because the Republican Party doesn't. I'm a conservative, but I ain't never been with what the Republican Party do. They don't, like, I ain't never been with it, but my conservative values stands with people that, you know, believe in God, believe in family. I don't believe in big government. I don't believe in a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. I don't believe in free housing. I don't believe in free healthcare, free Medicaid, free child care. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in tax cuts for everybody. And if it's tax cuts for everybody, up for the billionaires, they can provide more capital. Providing more capital will provide more manpower. More manpower provides more jobs. More jobs, more higher wages. Close the border so these immigrants to stop coming in here and saturating the market and then collapsing the wages. It's simple. I don't understand why people don't understand, but people do understand. They just don't want to go to work. So they're not going to advocate for jobs because they don't want a job. They want to advocate for free stuff because they don't want to work. They want shit for free. It's that simple.
I mean, certainly a scene we just saw moments ago that none of us expected to be witnessing this week, and that's Senator Graham's sister stepping into his role in the United States Senate, Brett.
I'm a cut it right here. If you want to hear about the sister and everything that's going on, the link will be in the description. This is TommyG TV. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get the conversation started. Pay attention, man. Vote. Get out there, understanding what you're voting for, understanding what you're doing. Don't just be out here with your emotions. Put your emotions to the side and educate yourself. But TommyG TV, we out. We gonna be back, but we out.